Women's college basketball, and welcome for the first time to the Pac-12 Conference. Jim Watts alongside Mary Murphy, and what a way to start our season. This game has been sold out for more than a week. Mary, we have 2 nationally ranked teams and 2 Hall of Fame coaches.
We certainly do, and when you look at the list of accomplishments of these coaches and these programs, it just goes on and on. 2 of the elite programs, elite coaches in the country, but both programs looking to push, obviously, to the NCAA tournament, and this game tonight is huge for that. Stanford, 4 straight Final Fours. They want to make it 5. For the senior class of Tennessee, they've never been the only senior class from Tennessee that has not been to a Final Four. It's a big game tonight.
Stanford comes in the number 4 team in the country. They're only beaten 1 time. Once again, they are picked to win the conference, and why not? This is a group that has been to the Final Four 4 years in a row, and they're led by maybe the best player on the West Coast in Nneka Ogwumike.
She's been surrounded by stars this year. She is the star, perhaps the best senior in America. She's dynamic, she's explosive, a tremendous rebounder. They think by the end of the season she'll be able to extend to 3-point range. She does it all. She's the leader of this team, and she must stay out of foul trouble for Stanford to have a shot.
Nneka Ogwumike averages a double-double in her career against Tennessee. That's why she's smiling. Meantime, the Lady Vols come again to the West Coast as a team that's tough to beat. 4 starters are back, but maybe the most important thing is that the Glory has returned to Knoxville.
And Glory is going to be very, very important tonight. You talk about explosive and dynamic, and Nneka Ogwumike, hey, bring it on. Glory Johnson. Tara Vanderveer calls her one of the most dangerous post players in America. She is a dynamic, perhaps the best offensive rebounder around. Her first step from the high post, I mean, it is unbelievable. She's going to go by guards. She does it all. Again, foul trouble may hurt her time. She needs to stay on the floor for Tennessee.
It's early in the season, but Tennessee already has wins over 4 ranked opponents. What a way to get it started. It's Stanford and Tennessee meeting for the 24th year in the regular season. Both teams are ranked, and both coaches are Hall of Famers. It's number 4 Stanford and number 6 Tennessee. Next. A beautiful night on University Avenue in Palo Alto. And just about a mile from that scene, it is sold out. 7,329, and it's been sold out for more than a week. And why not? Stanford, number 4 in the country, and Tennessee, number 6. Tennessee comes in 7-2. They've been beaten a couple times early in the season as they try to rearrange their lineup and overcome some injuries. Meantime, Stanford 7-1. They went back and got beat by UConn. Stanford is a much different team than they were last year. No more Jeanette Pullen, no more Caleb Peterson.
And it's a huge, huge difference.
As we take a look at the Tennessee starting lineup, 3 seniors, including Vicky Baugh, lone holdover from the 2008 NCAA title team. Shakina Strickland leads the club in scoring at 16 points a game. Head coach, of course, and she has been since 1974, 38th season. The great Pat Summitt, all-time winningest coach in NCAA history. 1,078 victories, 8 national championships, and inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame back in 2000. Stanford hasn't been beaten at home in 3.5 years. Nneka Ogwumike was the conference freshman of the year last season. She and her big sister Nneka combined to average 39 points and 22 rebounds. Head coach of Stanford, her 26th year on the farm, Tara Vanderveer, 833 victories, including 2 national titles, and this past August, she received the sport's ultimate honor when she too was inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame, and we would like to add our congratulations, of course, to Tara Vanderveer as well. Well, if you have plans for the night, you might want to cancel them, because when Tennessee and Stanford get together, it's close, and usually we need extra time to decide it. Look at the total points over the last 4 games, decided by just 1, and multiple overtime games. Tennessee, of course, in their familiar burnt orange. Stanford in the home whites, trimmed in cardinal. From way outside, Megan Simmons. And a curious first shot for the Lady Vols. Toni Kokenis will run the point for Stanford.
And as you watch Tennessee, their starting point guard at the beginning of this season, Ariel Massingdale, has been out the last 3 games. She is dressed, she's been cleared, and we expect her to play tonight.
Kokenis drives the lane, pulls up, kicks it back to Nneka Ogwumike. Spotting up from 3 and coming up a full foot short. Out of bounds. And Last touch by Stanford. It goes over to Tennessee.
Stanford, a much smaller team than a year ago. You take 6'4" Kayla Peterson out of the lineup where she's playing the 3-4 or the 5. You take Jeanette Poland at 6 foot at the point guard out, and it's a much different look as Shekinna Strickland nails it from 3. She is an All-American. She's playing like an All-American. I think most importantly, she's thinking like an All-American.
Shekinna Strickland, who leads Tennessee, 17 points a game from outside. Kokenis answers back.
One reason for Tara Vanderveer, you start Toni Kokenis in this game, she's battle-tested in big games, and we know she can hit big shots when it's pressure cooker time.
First baskets for the respective clubs in a big game, both come from sophomores.
2-3 zone out of Stanford. Tennessee seeing a lot of zone this season.
Taylor Spaney from the corner. Smooth shooting lefty, snaps the court. It's 6-3.
It's interesting when you talk to the Tennessee people, they say we see a lot of zone. When you look at their three-point shooting potential, you go, really? I mean, they have a great complementary of inside and outside talent.
Kokenis waiting for help. Wanted Chiney to come over and give her a screen. The count was on. Chiney Ogwumike battling inside, got her shot blocked, gets it back. 6-footer needs a bounce. Didn't get it. Great defense and the rebound pulled down. Lori Johnson. Simmons quickly in transition. Pull-up jumper from 15.
Simmons, who played point guard last season, was moved to the 2 when Massengale came in as a freshman, but has been rotated back to the point guard position. She's a shooting point, a scoring point.
Chiney with the backdoor cut. Lori Johnson grabbed her on the wrist. First foul of the game. Stanford started out on fire the other day. Their game down in Los Angeles against UCLA. The Lady Vols, Tennessee. Lady Vols hit their first 8 shots, 18 of their first 20. And set a school record for shooting percentage in the first half, 76%. Let's go Kokenis again. Rebound. Ogwumike to Ogwumike. Couldn't convert.
2-3 zone out of Tennessee, and these Lady Vols are going to challenge every shot in that zone. There's not going to be anything easy inside for the Ogwumikes.
Lori Johnson the putback.
And I was talking to Debbie Antonelli yesterday, and she said, you know, in her opinion, there's 3 of the best offensive rebounders in America in this ballgame, and you have to agree with her when you think about Chiney, Nneka, and Lori Johnson.
Backdoor cut and a real smart play there by Nneka. She heard the whistle, so when she caught the ball in the air, just threw it up, trying to get the extra shot.
Strickland comes down, hits the trailer, nice relaxed shot, but this is where Tennessee can just demolish you. Lori Johnson just sort of lays in wait and explodes to the ball.
Nneka Ogwumike.
Stanford, it's a 2-1-2. Greenfield, the freshman, in the middle of that, playing a much higher post position as opposed to a 2-3, where you were locked down a little more into that low post area. But Jim, you look at the zone, look how high it is. I mean, the baseline and the baby baseline wide open.
A trap right in front of the Stanford bench. Lindy LaRocque and Nneka Ogwumike, they tie it up, and they earn the possession.
One of the things Tara Vanderveer talked about yesterday when we interviewed her was the importance of a player like Lindy LaRocque. It's not about the freshmen. They've got 6 of them, a very highly recruited class. But people like Lindy have to come in and really rise and take their game to the next level if they're going to get back to the Final Four.
Kokenis to Nneka. The fade wouldn't go. Just one look for Stanford. Taylor Spaney will rebound. Comes up court in transition. Stanford is 2 for 8 to start this game. And a turnover. The crowd trying to get them back in it. Down 5.
Turnovers have really been an issue the last 3 games for Tennessee. 50 in the absence of Ariel Massengale.
A lot of standing around for Stanford. There's the cut. LaRocque, plenty of time on the shot clock. A little high-low to Chiney.
But a very patient approach to the triangle, a very high approach to the triangle, trying to free up that space for releases. When you have the quickness of Chiney and Nneka, you're really working to their strengths to release the ball.
One-hander from Simmons inside. Tabor Spaney with the left, and she is the southpaw. Spins it off the window and in. She's got 5, and Stanford leads by 5.
Megan Simmons might be a shooter, but that was a great point guard pass.
Rock is a good three-point shooter, but not this year so far. Only about 34% from outside the stripe. It is Tennessee and Stanford, 2 nationally ranked teams and 2 legendary coaches. Pat Summitt entering Maples Pavilion to a thunderous ovation from a sellout crowd.